been living it. All right. And she is a Caucasian female. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Right here. Let's make sure I get the numbers right. Hold on. All right, let me play from here.
This talk is happening on the ancestral territories of Indigenous peoples. And I believe very, very deeply that if we don't know our history, if we cannot trace the past into the present,
She said what? If we do not know our history, right? And we cannot what? Trace our past into what?
The past into the present, we cannot explain current conditions in ways that are transformative.
We cannot do what? We cannot explain our condition.
Right.
You understand? That's why it's evil for Black people, with Black leaders, to say what? What do Black leaders say? What do the pastors and the preachers and them tell you when it comes to your past?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
They tell us to forget the past.
Yeah, they tell us to forget about the past.
Okay.
But if you forget about the past, then what's going to happen? You will keep on making what?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
You're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah. Or stay in it. You understand? Like if Black people was able to not forget about the past and really, you know what I mean, be able to study it, they will see that we are still in what? We're still what?
Slavery.
We're still in slavery. You understand? We are still in slavery. Understand? So I will put it back again, and then we'll jump right into your question, Margot.
We don't know our history. If we cannot trace the past into the present, we cannot explain current conditions in ways that are transformative rather than victim blaming. And I think today...
Rather than what? Victim blaming. You understand? That they accuse us of being what? What do we accuse Black people? When we go into the past and we start to call out the crimes that America has done to us, what do they say? Come on.
Like it, sir. So they say we're we should forget the past, that we're victimizing ourselves, and that even they try to say that slavery was a great migration, that we migrated over here. When we know that the oppressor put us on slave ships against our will and brought us over here for free labor.
Yeah. But they won't tell us to forget about it. And a Caucasian female who went and studied in their schools to the point where she is a doctor is telling you, you shouldn't forget your past. You should learn about your past.
Right.
You understand? Every other nation on the face of the earth is allowed to remember what happened to them in the past, especially the small hats, to the point where the small hat says what? Never again. Never again will it happen. They're able to take you on trips on where their people, were dealt with viciously by Hitler. You understand? And they teach their kids these things. You're not allowed to say certain things about them, about the small hats. You're not allowed to say it. But when it comes to Black people, it's open game. You understand? And I think you all went over this also too. What's one of the main reasons they don't see you as God chosen people?
Like it, sir.
Come on.
Because they can't stand to see called African American being over them.
Yes, I'll take that. But there's a reason why.
Slocky, sir,
Come
if I
on.
may. Because they can't make a historical connection. Like we cut off from our history and our connection to our true identity. So if we can't see it, then how can anybody else see it?
Yes, but it's in your face.
Salaki,
It's
sir.
all in your face. Come on.
It's because it'll reveal who they are.
Yeah, but okay.
Salaki, other one, if I may.
Come on.
It's because of our economic standpoint.
Economic standpoint. Okay, what you're saying is okay. I can't refute what you're saying. Everything you're saying is, is correct. All right. With a better explanation, you're correct. All right. But there's a simple reason why they would not see me and you as Israelites. And that simple reason is the reputation they don't give us on the earth. What's the reputation black people have on the earth?
Slocky, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, like we didn't make any contribution to society.
Yeah.
And we're lazy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't invent anything, so we're considered like not worthy as
Yes.
other nations.
Yes, because of our reputation. The small hats, they have what?
They have a reputation of being so intelligent. Oh, they're the smartest.
Yeah. You understand? They have people in top positions on the face of the earth. So they must be God chosen people. You on 6 o'clock news every evening for what, Robin? You understand? Stealing and doing all manner of evil to them. So you saying you God chosen people? Nah. God chosen people have better character than black people. When all of that is just lies and what they call propaganda. You understand? But learning your history is very, very important. You understand? That's why when you talk to a Roman Catholic, they don't read what? They don't read the Old Testament like that. The only books they choose to read from the Old Testament is the Psalms, because they love to sing. But to study the Old, you will have to do what now? You will basically be learning about what? About the history of the Israelites, what they went through. But all you want to learn about is the New Testament. You want to learn about all the bloodshed that happened in the Old Testament. You understand? So now give me Michael, give me let's step into it. All right, tell them where you're at. I think it's Genesis 12.
It's like Exodus 12 and 9.
Yeah, I believe that's the one we start with first.
It was the book of Exodus chapter 12 and verse 9. The question was, do we still cook the lamb with its intestines as seen in Exodus 12 and verse 9?
Come on, go ahead.
It's the book of Exodus chapter 12 and verse 9. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire.
Meaning what? Don't eat it what? Raw like these heathens will eat the meat raw. Cook the meat. And it's telling you specifically how to cook it, roast it. You understand? Don't cook it with what? In a lot of water, meaning what? You ain't gonna what? Boil it. You understand? Right? Read on.
But roast with fire.
Mm-hmm.
His head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof.
All right. What is that? What's the pertinence thereof?
The
Somebody look that up. Look it up. All right, we had Exodus. Exodus 12, right? And 9. Look it up first in the Zondervan. Let's see what we have in the Zondervan.
Yeah, you have proturance. It's in the scripture. Verse 9. Exodus 12 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the end of it.
Can I have the definition on Google?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
This is the definition of pertinence: the internal organs, entrails, or viscera of an animal.
So the what? What is it saying? The what?
The internal organs, entrails, or viscera of an animal.
Mm-hmm. So you realize what that's saying there, right? What is that talking about?
Like the heart, the liver, the lungs, all the
Yes.
internal.
Mm-hmm. Cook it. You understand? Right? So it's telling you to cook it. Right? So it's not telling you to cook what? What's the question you had?
So my question was, do we still cook it with its intestines? So,
Oh, so you
select.
okay? I see what you're saying. So you're saying the pertinence is, you understand the heart, the liver, but what you're saying is, what about the intestines, right? Or intestine?
Kind of, it was kind of all inclusive, just like, do we cook it with all the insides, pretty much.
Okay.
And Salaki, if I may, the definition does go into specifics about what the pertinence is, as
Go
far as
ahead.
each kind. Specifically, the heart, liver, and lungs, also known as the pluck.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it doesn't make mention of what the intestines. That's the intestine. You understand? So just think the meat. Just think the meat we will normally eat in the animal. You understand? That whole thing with the go ahead.
In the Zondervan, it says the entrails.
Mm-hmm. Which means the inner parts, right?
Come on, but wouldn't that include like the intestines?
Okay, it's in a part. But remember, okay, what meat do what part of the animal you normally would eat? You understand? You will eat what? The liver. You might eat what? The heart. You'll eat certain things. He's just saying to cook everything in it. Remember, think about it like this. This is when this was.
Passover.
Okay.
In the land of Egypt. Come on.
This was when? This specific time.
Like this was in Egypt during the first Passover when
This is it first. Meaning we were doing it in a what? We're doing it what? In a rush. When you read on, you'll see it was done in a rush. They tell you to eat with what? With your staff,
with
your weapon in your hand. Yes, with haste. So you cooking this in haste. You understand? Right? Now, do we do that today? We cook the lamb. You understand? And we do try to eat in what? In haste. You understand? So just think, he telling you to make sure this lamb is what? Properly what?
Prepared.
Yes, and cooked. You understand? So not rush, but you could cook. You mean everything. Don't waste time trying to take out and trying to decide what we're going to leave back, what we're going to do with this one, this meat or that meat. Eat it, prepare it in haste, eat it, and let's go. You understand?
Come on. That's Salaki, sir.
Yeah. Come on.
And that's kind of what what verse 9 is saying. Eating out of it raw.
Yes.
Come on.
You cook it. You cook everything. In what part? You know what I mean? And it's okay. It, as I say, it does not specify the what you call it again, the intestine. That's something, as I say, I'm gonna get for you, but this is telling you you can cook you know what I mean, the inward parts in it. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't mean to pull it out and separate. No, you roast everything in it. You understand? All right. Now skip down to the other question you have. I think is in 44.
Khan.
What
It's
were
actually
you good on that one? You good on that one?
Khan.
It's still in the thing zone.
Khan.
Right. Okay, come on.
Khan. So it's in Exodus 12, verse 44 and 45. What is the difference between the bought servant and a hired servant?
Okay, go ahead. So now I think hold on. Let me see. What we're saying?
44 and 45.
Okay, so now read 43.
Khan. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 43.
Sorry, Salaki, read 42.
Khan. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 42. It is night to be much observed. Salaka, it is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations.
This is a night to be observed by what? All what?
All the children of Israel in their generations.
All right, read on.
Verse 43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
Go ahead.
Verse 44. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
Right. Then shall he eat thereof. Which leading you back to what? What law is that? The law on what? What law is he talking about there?
The
law of the stranger?
So,
come on.
The law of circumcision.
Yes.
Gonka.
Like in the Old Testament, it was something that was okay. If you didn't have, how did they look at you? Go to Genesis 7 and 10 to 11.
Okay.
All right.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 7, and verse 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth.
No, Genesis 17 and 10.
Yeah,
Genesis 17 and 10.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 17, and verse 10. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me. Between me.
So you know what the covenant is, right? This is an agreement. What it's saying, this is an agreement you're gonna make between me and you. All right, read on.
Between me and you and thy seed after thee.
All right. So meaning your generations that come after, this is going to be included in that covenant. Read on.
Every man child among you shall be circumcised.
Everyone?
Every man child among you shall be circumcised.
Every man child among you shall be circumcised. He ain't saying what if, but, or maybe. He's saying what shall. You understand? Right? This had to happen. When? Read.
Verse 11. And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you.
Yes. And this is for who? What nation this was given to?
Israel.
Israel. You understand? The Passover was given to who?
Israel.
Israel. That's why I said this is what the ordinance of the Passover in verse 43. This is how it should be carried out. You understand? When we do the Passover, right, the service, and brothers go up to read, what do? When they
So,
call for the first reader, come on.
It's like it.
Salakia, they state their pedigree.
Yeah, they give their pedigree.
Okay.
They give the house of their family. There's a reason why you're doing that. Because they what? A stranger can't what? Eat thereof. You understand? You understand? And, you know what I mean? Moses, the law was telling Moses this, that a stranger can't eat thereof based on the fact of what? Let's read on and you'll see. Read verse 12.
Verse 12. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house, or bought with money of any stranger, which is not of thy seed.
Hold on. So you understand that? Where's that saying? Where's that talking about? Read that verse over one more time. Read verse 13 over one more time. So we know it has to be done on the 8th day, right? Read verse 13.
He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money must be circumcised.
You understand? If you're born in your house, must be circumcised. If you buy him, right, he must be what?
Circumcised.
Circumcised. Who is he talking about?
His our brothers.
Yes, this is Israelites you're talking about here.
Okay.
You understand? Because we're reading about the law of what? Circumcision for who?
Israel.
For Israel. Read on.
Must need be circumcised, and my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant.
Shall be in your flesh for what? Everlasting covenant. And this was so serious to the point where what? Read on.
Verse 14. And the uncircumcised man child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people.
What does it mean to be cut off from his people?
Treated like a
sir.
That's it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, he got it.
Yeah.
Yo, Bashim Shab Ragatham.
All right. It's saying that you are going to be treated like a what?
Like a heathen.
Yes. Like a pub. Give me that in the New Testament. I think it talks about be treated like a publican. All right. That you'll be treated like somebody who was never an Israelite. Read on.
God. He hath broken my covenant. Verse 15.
That was the that, right? You understand? So now, what you're reading about here is being explained more explicitly. You understand? What you read about in Genesis 12 and 48, I mean from 44 to 46 is being explained here in Genesis 17. You understand? So now go back to 45, to Genesis 12 and 45. Because we had to remember, right? There was about two chapters in Romans given to what? Speaking about what? Specifically about what? Go to Romans. I think it's 2. Hold on. Romans 2. I'm gonna tell you. What was the vision Peter was having about?
By the unclean, the eat of the unclean.
Yes, but you correct. But what was it specifically like? If you had to just, you know what I mean, put it in a nutshell, what was it about?
Kind of Salaki, sir. Like all nation, I mean, our brothers and sisters being able to come back and call as Israelites, no matter what nation that they come out of.
Okay, yes, but okay. You gotta understand the background. What was the issue Peter and Paul was having?
The circumcision, sir.
Yeah, that's it.
Come.
That's circumcision, right? Go to Romans 2:24.
Come. You got it, Darash.
Okay. This is the book of Romans, chapter 2, and verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
For the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 25. For circumcision verily profiteth, if thou keep the law.
You understand what he's saying?
This
is Paul speaking here. What is Paul saying?
He's saying if you don't keep the law, then the circumcision is null and void. Like
that's it.
Not null and void, but you breaking the law.
Okay, but remember, if it wasn't circumcised, how was it looking at you?
As a heathen.
As a heathen, like you was not considered Israelite. You could not come to the Passover if it wasn't circumcised. You understand? You couldn't come to it. You didn't go to that. Your parents didn't take you to that to get circumcised on the 8th day. You are what? Cut off. So Paul is saying, for what? Read verse 25 one more time. Magawa.
For circumcision verily profiteth, if thou keep the law.
And Paul knew this. Like you talk more, you circumcised, but here in it, you circumcised, but you eating pork. You circumcised, but you committing adultery. So what profit is it to you if you're circumcised? You understand? Read on.
But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision.
That's what he's trying to get Peter to see and understand. All this circumcision, you know what I mean? You're saying we have to have. If you're breaking the law, your circumcision is made uncircumcision. Right? Read on.
Okay. Verse 26. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteous Salaki. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law,
so what's he saying?
Salaki.
What's he saying there?
Salaki.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying that those of us who are not uncircumcised would still keep the law.
Those of us who are what? Uncircumcised.
Who still keep the law.
Yes.
But, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right? Read on.
Come. Shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?
You understand? Paul was trying to get him to see that. You got brothers who are living outside of Jerusalem who want what?
Keeping the law.
Of? Be specific. The one keeping the law of what?
Of circumcision.
Yes. But they were what? They were keeping the other laws. That's why I say, therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, meaning these brothers outside of Jerusalem, they mightn't have the foreskin cut, but they keeping the law. So Paul is saying it does not count for circumcision, that uncircumcision. Read on.
And shall not verse 27, and shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee.
Mm-hmm.
Who
So
by the letter,
he's saying what? And shall what?
and shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature,
Mm-hmm.
if it fulfill the law, judge thee.
Right. So meaning what? So remember, he and the uncircumcised, he ain't circumcised, but he is doing what?
Keeping the law. Law
He
says,
fulfilled the law.
come.
He can't judge you. No, read
Right.
on.
Who by the letter and
Who by
circumcision,
what? The letter is what?
the law.
What's the letter? Yes. What we just read in Genesis. That's
Which-
the letter.
Come. Being circumcised on the 8th day.
Yes.
Yes, as a Jew. Come.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
And circumcision does transgress the law.
And transgress the law. Read on.
Verse 28. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly.
Because
neither,
he's not a Jew. That's what?
Which is
Outward.
one outwardly.
We meant outwardly, meaning what?
He is circumcised.
Right? But he is not behaving like a what?
Jew.
Yes. Read on.
Neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh.
Neither is the circumcision, which is what?
Outward in the flesh.
You understand? Meaning what? Circumcision doesn't qualify you for being a what?
A Jew.
Yeah. You understand? Paul is trying to get him to understand that you have brothers here who not circumcised, but they're doing the law. They're doing everything they're supposed to do. But then you have brothers who are circumcised and they're committing adultery, they're eating pork, they're treating their parents evil. You understand? Read on.
Verse 29. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly.
Mm-hmm.
And circumcision is that of the heart.
Where did he get this from? What precept is Paul quoting? What precept is he quoting?
Mm.
You all know?
Was it Abraham?
Like, sir.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 29.
Uh-huh.
But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart.
Yeah, that part right there. That part right there. Circumcision of the heart. What precept is he quoting?
Like, sir, this is Romans chapter 2, verse 29.
Yes, sir.
No, okay. We were reading there. But I'm talking about what precept is Paul referring to. Go ahead, K1.
Is it Deuteronomy 10 and 16?
Read it for me.
It says, circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff necked.
I'll take that. I'll take that one.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Also, Deuteronomy 30 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, the Lord will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and all thy soul.
I'll take that too. But there's one he quoting. Mm-hmm.
Is it Romans 2:25?
No, in the Old Testament when I say quoting.
Oh, the Old
Now
Testament.
all you bring on that Deuteronomy, the two Deuteronomies, you're correct. All right. Give me Jeremiah 4:4.
Jeremiah what?
4:4.
4:4.
Mm-hmm.
Slakia, sir, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 4. Circumcise yourselves to the Lord.
Circumcise what?
Circumcise yourselves to the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And take away the foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem.
And it's even back then, Jeremiah knew that circumcision has to be what? In your what? In your heart, up here. You understand? The Lord give you laws, you better follow all of them. You understand? Now, is he telling you not to circumcise your child? Is Paul telling you don't circumcise your child? No. He's just telling you you can't down a brother for not being circumcised. You can't. You understand? You cannot. You can't cast a brother away. Because Christ came into the new to do what?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Teach us the spirit of the law.
Yes, to join these two sticks together, Judah and Israel. You understand? That's why Peter had the vision. The vision Peter got about the meat coming down from heaven had nothing to do with what? Literally eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. It was a vision that he got to recognize these brothers that we say were what? Unclean because of their what? Uncircumcision. Were actually what? Clean. They're actually brothers. You understand? Give me that part where it says, shall a Jew sit with an uncircumcised? I forget how he puts it. I forget the way he put it. I think I'm adding in circumcised, but it's talking about Peter and them. You understand?
You got it.
Salaki, so is it talking about sitting with the publicans?
See what I'm saying?
Is it when Christ was saying they were telling Christ he can't sit with the publicans?
No. Mm. Peter was I think your conversation Peter and Paul was having. I can't remember off the top of my head. If you find it, look for it and find it. He was basically saying a Jew can't be seen sitting with a non-Jew. I'm not quoting it correctly. But it's along that line. All right. And give me one more. Give me Jeremiah 9:25.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, verse 25.
Mhm.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised.
You understand? Jeremiah understand that way back then.
So
He
like
was
I
saying
said,
that what? Come on.
I think it's Acts 10 and 28.
Come on, read that from the whole way at the Rush. And I'm how you always name tags in a Salakia. Come on. Go ahead, go ahead.
Slack, my mic was muted. Acts 10 and 28, it says, and he said unto them, you know that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or
That's it.
come unto one of another nation. But God has shewed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
That's it. That's it right there. Peter was saying what? He was saying he was of another nation. Why?
Salaki, because of the law of uncircumcision.
Yeah. That's it. Like once you weren't born in Jerusalem, you were considered to be a what? In general terms, you were considered to be a what?
Salaki, a Gentile.
A Gentile. You understand? And the reason why they call you a Gentile is because you was doing what the white man was doing. He was doing what the Africans were doing. Remember when the lady came down to the well, right? She was saying she was going to worship her father where?
In the mountain.
She was going to in the mountain.
Yeah.
That lets you know that she was not a what?
Israelite.
She wasn't an Israelite. And Christ told us, or told the disciples what? Don't go into what? The ways of the Gentiles.
So like I said, I have your
neither any city therein. He said it. Come on.
This is the book of John, chapter 4 and verse 22. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Right. That's Christ's answer to her. Because she was saying, we're going to worship our fathers in the mountains when we know where our fathers was. Where did we go to for the Passover?
Jerusalem, sir.
Jerusalem. You understand? Jerusalem was where this year?
Houston, Texas.
In Houston, Texas. If it was not in Houston, Texas, you understand? You were not in Jerusalem and you were not celebrating the Passover. Simple. You understand? Nowhere in the Bible it tells you that brothers celebrated the Passover in different what? In different places.
In different places.
Yeah, in different places. Nowhere in the Bible tells you that. Why you think, you remember when the Lord split the nation? You all remember when the Lord split the nation? And I believe in the Book of Kings. Who remember the story? With them splitting the nation. Who went with Israel? And who stayed with Judah?
Benjamin and Levi stayed with Judah, and the rest of the tribes went with Ephraim.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who remember the story? Go to the Book of Kings. Let me see. Go ahead.
Jeroboam. I think it was Jeroboam. After King David's death, if I remember right, and they had the story about when he went to the young men, went to the old men for advice, and they told him that if he treat the people well, they'll serve him. And then he went to the men that grew up with him, and the men tell him to treat them harshly, and then the tribe say, see to yourself. I think that's the story, sir.
That's part of the story. You're getting to where I'm talking about.
Cancer.
right? But there's a split in the kingdom. Who went with Judah? Who went and made a league with Judah?
Salakia, sir. Benjamin and half of the tribe of Levi.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You're saying half the tribe of Levi. Half the tribe of Levi came after.
Oh, come on, sir.
Why did half the tribe of Levi came after?
Sir,
Come on.
if I may, because they knew that if they left with the Northern Kingdom wasn't keeping the law.
What law they wasn't keeping?
They wasn't keeping the Passover.
Why?
Because what's his name? Jeroboam. He trying to make a fake Passover.
How he trying to make a fake Passover?
Okay, so he picked another day. I can't remember exactly how he did it.
No.
He picked,
not another day.
another location.
That's it.
And he picked another location to hold the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fake Passover. That's why I call it that.
You know, you're right. Let me see if I get it quick. I can't tell exactly when the book of Kings.
So like I say, is it 2 Kings 23?
2 Kings what?
23.
Read it for me.
I'm skimming through it.
No. It's 1 Kings.
1
12.
Kings? Select.
Yeah. The 1 Kings 12 and 26. Right. So remember there was a split, and what's his name? You just said it. Akashka said it. Right. This is when I believe the king at the time, I forget his name, the king who came after King Solomon. Right, the king that came after King Solomon, he called his wise men.
Rehoboam.
Okay. And now Rehoboam told them what? I'll be more cruel to you all. You'll think my father loins, I forget, is not fatter than my pinky finger or something like that. He made some statement like that, which means he was going to put a hurt on them. You understand? And the people decided, you know what? We ain't down for that.
Sluggish,
Benjamin and Judah stayed. Come on.
We got to remember, Sluggish, sir, if I may, that he didn't listen to the Solomon's advisors. He listened to his peers. He listened to the young boys.
Yes, that's correct. No, Marco, what? Get 1 Kings 12 and 26, man.
Sluggy out of one.
Come on.
Didn't that also happen like with the house of David?
What you mean?
Is that similar as far as Masha, head priest Masha he was listening to people getting in his ear, and then they started the house of David and they called him King David.
Okay, that's just heresy. That's straight up heresy. You understand what I'm saying?
Come on, sir.
Like, right? Marco, you got it?
Go
ahead.
It's the book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, and verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeroboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 27.
Right. You know why he's saying that, right? Read about, let me get with you. Read about 2 verses up.
Verse 24. This is 1 Kings chapter 12 and verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord, ye shall not go up nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel.
So like I said, verse 23.
Yes, that was, yeah. So you got proper understanding of what's taking place here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 23. Speak unto Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, king of Judah, and unto all the house of Judah and Benjamin.
And Judah and who?
Benjamin.
And Benjamin. Read on.
And to the remnant of the people, saying, verse 24, thus saith the Lord, ye shall not go up nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Return every man to his house, for this thing is far from me. Salaki, for this thing is from me. They hearkened therefore to the word of the Lord and returned to depart according to the word of the Lord.
Why? Because they were fitting to have a what?
So like I said,
So they're going to do have a civil war.
Yes, a civil war. You understand? They were fitting to have a civil war, and the Lord stopped it. Right, read on.
Verse 25. Then Jeroboam built Shechem in Mount Ephraim, and dwelt therein, and went out from thence, and built Peniel.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 26. And Jeroboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David.
Now he's going to give you explanation on why he's saying that. Read.
Verse 27. If this people go up to do sacrifice in the house of the Lord at Jerusalem, then shall the heart of this people turn again unto their Lord, even unto Rehoboam, king of Judah, and they shall kill me. And go again to Rehoboam, king of Judah.
So now, here's listening to what here right now. He is trying to make what? What is he trying to make? He's trying to give himself a reason or a justification in doing what?
So like I said,
come on.
Isn't that like the same spirit that King Saul had on him with David? He's kind of jealous, so he's trying to create contention amongst the brothers to create like a civil unrest. Salaki.
Okay, with King David, yes, it was jealousy. You understand? But here is fear. You understand?
Kind of one kind.
He was straight up afraid that what? If the people go and do what? Do the Passover in Jerusalem, they were going to give their allegiance to who? To Rehoboam. And then they will come and do what? Unalive him. You understand? That's that spirit of fear. But read on.
Verse 28. Whereupon the king took counsel and made 2 calves of gold and said unto them, it is too much for you to go up to Jerusalem. Behold thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Right? So you all understand what he's saying, right? Come on.
Yeah, he being a TD Jakes right now. He lying.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Salaki.
Read on.
Verse 29. And he set the one in Bethel, and the other put he in Dan. Verse 30. And this thing became a sin, for the people went to worship before the one, even unto Dan.
Read on.
Verse 31. And he made an house of high places, and made priests of the lowest of the people.
So what he started doing now? What he started doing now?
So like I said, trying to glorify himself and using like brothers and sisters, brothers who not in the priesthood to kind of persuade the people to not go to Jerusalem.
Yeah, he creating something new. You understand? He's trying to create something new. Right? Now read on.
Khan, which were not of the sons of Levi.
Which were what?
Which were not of the sons of Levi.
Who Levi left with?
The northern kingdom.
Yeah. You understand? Read on.
Khan, verse 32. And Jeroboam ordained a feast in the 8th month, on the 15th day of the month, like unto the feast that is in Judah.
You understand?
And he, like
the Lord, even though he split the kingdom, it only could have what?
One Passover.
One. And you had to go to where? Jerusalem for it. One Passover. You understand?
So like
read on. Come on.
If I may, would it be safe to say that this brother right here was actually a fake Israelite, like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's what wait, I think that's what Iraq was trying to allude to with this house of David.
Come on.
But they'll be more or less like what Christ said in the New Testament, where he tell them leave them alone. Like they went and tried to build a separate camp. You understand? Now on this level, you understand? Remember, the kingdom was split by who?
The Most High.
By God. He split it. You understand what I'm saying? He split it. Why? Because of what? Why did
Solomon
he split it?
did.
Because of what Solomon did.
And it's still, like I said, we're talking about like him dealing with strange women and dealing with their gods and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
for
of
context.
King Solomon did. Yes. Come on. Right? Read on.
God. And he offered upon the altar. So did he in Bethel, sacrificing unto the calves that he had made. And he placed in Bethel the priests of the high places which he had made.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 33. So he offered upon the altar which he had made in Bethel the 15th day of the 8th month, even in the month which he had devised of his own heart, and ordained a feast unto the children of Israel, and he offered upon the altar and burnt incense.
Right. Which this you know, and I think if you read on the story, I can't get it right now, the specific verse, but it tells you that some Levites left and went because of that. I went to Judah and Benjamin, to basically Judah. All right? Just letting you know, when it comes to the Passover, when it comes to doing these things, the Lord chooses what? One. What did the Bible say? God is not the author of what?
So like I said, confusion.
Yeah, he's not the author of confusion. He's not. You understand? All right. Now, Margo, we'll go back to Genesis 12 and 44, I believe yours that.
Okay, the one is Exodus 12 and 44.
Yeah, Exodus 12 and 44, sorry.
There's the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 44. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
Right, so who we talking about here?
Israelites.
All right, read on.
Verse 45. A foreigner and a hired servant shall
sir.
not.
Come on.
Excuse why is they buying their brothers? Like they buy them like as slaves? Like what
yes, it's sounding like buying, but it's you are just think like today, right? If a brother has a company, right? What does he do? He pays you to what? To work for him.
Right,
You understand? So it's now to that. Like he is on to boot. You could have owed a debt, but now he is what? Now you have to go what? Work that debt off
Okay,
for someone
so
else.
and then the other confusing part about it is you said if they won't circumcise and they bought them, but before, all right, so if they not circumcised, they be cut off, so they'd be looked at as a heathen. I mean a heathen. So how can he buy them if you ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying, mess with them?
Okay, because it's your brother. That's your brother.
Okay.
You understand? He's just giving you what Moses is doing here. He is giving you the law on who is allowed to come to Passover here.
Okay.
That's all he's doing. He's giving you, and it's known. Like what is okay? Remember, the Bible has one flow in it. This Bible is about who?
The Israelites.
The Israelites.
Right.
Right? So the Passover is about who?
How the Israelites had a Passover.
The Israelites, because who came out of Egypt?
Israelites.
Israelites. There were no heathen with us when we came out of what?
Right. When we came out of Egypt.
None. You understand? So it was all Israelite. So when you celebrate this this Passover, it's about Israelites. Okay. And he's telling you who could do it. That's why when we went in Genesis 17, it talks about what? Circumcision. You understand? That's how serious circumcision was. What was also serious besides circumcision? What will cut you off from being in the temple or amongst your brothers?
So like you said, not attending the Passover.
Not attending the Passover, but there's something else that will stop you from being in the congregation.
Not keeping the laws?
Okay. No, because 1 minute, not keeping the law, there would be what? There would be repercussions for not keeping the law. So you had to be specific on what law you're talking about. You understand? Circumcision was one of those laws. If you didn't keep it, you would be what? Cut off. You understand? Go ahead, K one.
Is it the laws of uncleanness?
Uncleanness, give me a little more.
Like, you know what I mean? If you touch an unclean thing or you've been to like a funeral or something.
Okay, you won't be cut off from your people. You'll be unclean until you wash, and it will tell you how many days you're unclean. Like if you go to a funeral, right, where a dead body is, you'll be what? Unclean for what? 7 days. But then you'll be allowed to come back in.
So like, sir,
understand? Come on.
Can I give it a shot?
Go ahead.
Is it sleeping with other nations?
No, you're getting to something. You understand? What happened to Phineas? What is his name?
Yeah, Phineas had while I'm gonna just give a backdrop of the story. While Moses and the children of Israel and Aaron was, telling them that they can't do certain things, this brother brought a Midianitish woman into his tent and was having sex with her. And then Phineas, the brother, used a javelin to pierce the brother through his back and the woman through her stomach. And then it said, when you read further down, the plague of Israel was stayed, meaning that them losing battles and all that thing going on with our nation, had stopped because of that specific one brother, just one brother, sinning against the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yes, interracial marriage is a sin. You understand? And it's You know what I mean? In the Old Testament, remember, it tells you what? If your father had interracial marriage, what would happen to your generation? What happened to his generation, I should say? They weren't allowed to come into the congregation until what?
3 generations.
Until, yes, after. You understand? And that would mean what? His son would have to marry what? An Israelite. And then his son would have to marry what? An Israelite. And then his son would have to marry, like the Lord made sure what? No other nation was inside our nation. That Passover is very serious. You understand? Yes, the 3rd and 4th generation. You understand? Right? Certain things, you know what I mean? And circumcision, you were not circumcised on that 8th day, or you were cut off. And now, okay, the white man has done such a you know what I mean, I would say a good job on brainwashing us to the point where, how many of you ever see the 10 Commandments? You ever see the 10 Commandments?
Canal one concept.
Remember the 10 Commandments? Were any black people, African American, in the Black Commandments? I don't think so. You can look up the cast. Somebody look up the cast for the 10 Commandments. Like all the biblical stories, a majority of biblical stories, they leave us out of it to the point where when we read stories like this, especially when we read the story about King Solomon, not King Solomon, King Saul. Remember when King Saul was commanded to go kill all the Amalekites in the city? People think he went and did what to the Amalekites? What do people think about that story when it pertains to the Amalekites?
He went to talk to them and persuade them not to be evil.
No, the Amalekites, no. The Lord sent us in there to kill everything in that city. But when people read it, somehow they think they committed genocide on the entire nation of Amalekites. When it was just what? Those people in the city. You understand? That's why people, when they read about this, when they read about the brothers and sisters in Jerusalem, all they think about is who? Who do they think about? They just think about Judah and Benjamin. So why we don't think about the other tribes? 1 or 2 of them being in there. And let me bring you all the way now to slavery. When was slavery? When we learn about slavery, when slavery started for us?
Like I said, for the Southern Kingdom, it started officially 1619.
16 what?
1619.
1619. Where was King James?
In Scotland. He was ruling over Scotland.
Yeah. And he was a what?
He was an Israelite.
Yes. Which lets you know that what? Not all Israelites were what?
Slaves.
But the majority of us, yeah, we were enslaved. We were enslaved. You understand? Like we think now when you read this and you hear about brothers being called strangers and stuff, we're thinking about what?
Other nations.
Other nation. But I'm a stranger here. Sometimes, Giannis, I had to slow down to talk to you. Slow it all the way down. And be like, yo, what the fuck Cap saying? You understand what he's saying? I slow it down. I'm a stranger, but we brothers.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I just want to ask this real quick. So, when you said like our first like slavery and stuff like that, Can we go all the way back to the Roman Empire, where we actually fled from Roman persecution into West Africa?
Yes.
So I would probably use that instead of the transatlantic slave trade first.
You could use it too, but not plenty people know the history on that. So you might lose them, but they know about what? Slavery. They know about slavery. So everybody, you could go. Come on.
It would not be kind of being how to say it, like misleading
ignorant?
them. No, like not misleading them, like the people we know in here in the UPK. But I'm saying, like, wouldn't it kind of be? I'm just asking, would it be kind of misleading them to tell them that, like, first slavery is the transatlantic slave trade?
No. I never said the first. Did I say that?
I think that's what you said, and then Yanazar responded. That's why I'm asking the question.
No, remember we were slavery in where? In Egypt.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So we can go all the way back. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just bringing it to times that our generation know about.
Okay. Come.
You understand?
That's what I wanted to understand. Come, sir.
So I just bringing you up the timeline. I might mess the timeline up by bringing you up the timeline to let you know our history don't just start in 1619. History don't, you know what I mean? But when you talk to white people, our history starts in 1619. You understand? And they try to tie us into what? Being Africans.
Salaka, if I may, and I totally understand where like how you just broke it down, because growing up in the Caribbean is the same thing like brothers and sisters over here. We were taught that, we just came on the boats and then this and that, Christopher Columbus, yada, yada, yada. Nobody knows what happened to us, what we were doing prior to that. So I totally understand. Salaka, sir.
That's it. All right. Who holding what for me now? Margo, you finish reading that? Let's finish reading it.
Yeah, there's one more verse left.
Come on, go ahead and finish it.
Verse 40. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 45. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof.
You understand? A foreigner and a hired what?
And a hired servant shall not eat thereof.
Right? What is that talking about?
Salaka, sir.
Come on.
Yeah, if I have a company and I have let's say like an Edomite or East Indian working for me, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, and then we have the Passover, they can't come.
That's all.
That's it.
Understand? Like he's being specific on who you can't come. You understand? He's telling you who cannot come to it. If you ain't circumcised, you can't come. If you're a foreigner and a hired servant, you cannot come. You understand? That's why we tell you, you go to work and work with Esau, you just go and work, man. Make your money. When you leave from that job, you come back to your people. You come back to that black realm that you're supposed to be living in. Nolan Wells didn't know it. And what happened to him? He had to learn the hard way.
Unalive.
You understand? Like we have to learn this Passover is for Black, Hispanics, and First Nation people only. You understand? God only loved Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. Christ died for only Blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people, period. Because that's who the Passover is for. You can't now tell me you're coming in New Testament and somehow the Lord just say, you know what, I'm going to bring everybody in now. No. You bring everybody in, then who going to pay for slavery?
Yeah. Right.
Who gonna pay for slavery? So we gotta forgive the white man.
They're trying to get away from that, Cap. What you talking about?
Yeah. We gotta forgive him, right? No. No. The Lord, give me that in I think it's in Isaiah either 49 and 15, where he tell you, you may forget, but I'm not going to forget. Give me that. And now when you come to the New Testament, right? And you read what Paul is saying, Paul is trying to tell you what? A brother who is not circumcised could now do what?
Come in the congregation.
Yeah, he could come in. A brother who is a product of interracial marriage, meaning his father being an Israelite and his father having sex with a non-Israelite, that brother is allowed to come in. He don't have to wait what? Generations to come in now. He could come in now. You understand?
Come on,
Isaiah for me.
So like one, I got that scripture in Isaiah for you.
Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 15. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb?
Right? He's asking a question. All right? Can a woman forget that suckling child? Read on.
Come. Yea, they may forget. Yet
They may what?
They may forget.
They may forget. You understand? The Bible know how cruel some of our sisters are. Not all, some. You understand? You sisters here in the U.P.K, you ain't cruel like these sisters in the world. Sisters in the world. Oh boy, abortion. You talk to them about abortion, they're gonna watch you like, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, trying to no. You mean hurt them. You don't care about woman's health. You understand? What about the baby health? What about that baby in the womb health? You don't care about that. But the Lord knew it back then. You say you're gonna what? You may forget. Read on.
Come. Yet will I not forget thee.
Lord say he is not going to forget thee. He's not. Justice is coming for this place, for these Edomites. It's coming. You can pretend to be an Israelite for as long as you want. That is not going to stop justice from coming. Right? Any more on that? We're good on that, right?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? I had the rest for you, right? I'll get the rest for you, Marco. All right. Sushi. Right? Once the fish is lawful. All right. Once that fish is lawful, you're good to go. All right. Any other question?
It's like it, sir. I had sent you a couple of questions.
Oh man, I did not get that for you.
Okay, we get it, sir.
Yeah, I'll get it.
You know we gonna get it.
Okay. Yeah. Any more? Yeah, one more thing to do. I know we up on the time. No more questions. All right. Where's Jessica? Come front and center, Jessica. Who gonna put the oil on my brother's head? Yeah, Jessica, you'll no longer be a trooper in this school, but an officer of 50.
Most High in Christ. That's what's up.
You understand? You know what I mean? Congratulations. You all get it praise.
Look at you, boy.
This brother. Yeah, man. I mean.
All right. It's like you gonna ask him that famous question that Cap always asks us?
Too late. Too late. He done poured out oil already.
You done hit him already.
Yeah, hit him already. Yeah, Saka about this, man. Yeah, about this. Go ahead. All right.
So, in the famous words of Captain I.S.U.P.K, we ask you, are you sure? Are you sure you want to take that step into these ranks? The I.S.U.P.K.
Con with con.
There you have it, Captain I.S.U.P.K.
That's right. That's what I have. Well done, Hebrew. Well done. Go ahead. So just the brothers up there going to say it, right? And then Yasaka, you'll repeat your name 3 times.
Damn right.
All right, just up here, we're gonna say these praises. This warrior that's been with us for some time, observing, asking questions, and following orders, doing what has been asked of him. I'm speaking also on behalf of Officer 1000 Yermak, who could not make it up, but also is very close to this brother and actually saw this brother come up from being a man in the world into a brother that's in the truth. This brother from my first hand has been solid. And I tell you that, from me, Captain I.S.U.P.K, and most of the brothers in the school who have gotten to meet Officer I.S.U.P.K got to see that he's a family man, that he's about the business of the Lord, that he takes this serious. He's about his family. He's about his rib. He's about his children. He's about this truth. And this man has always been one West since he's came up in this school. So I wanted to give a shout out to him on that regard, just for what he's done thus far, being one of us, being a brother. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And one more thing, Salagi, sir, and Commander Junior Hana does not allow us to give up on one another. And that's another thing. So, there was a time when I.S.U.P.K had a question of whether he was one of us. There is no way in hell we will let you go. You understand? When you in here with us, we are family for life.
That's right.
We are family for life, by all means.
That's right.
Back here in the Hebrew, Yabaraki Yahweh, Wa Samarka, Yahweh Yahweh, Pan Yahweh, Al Yakam, Wa Yakunka, Yasa Yahweh, Pan Yahweh, Al Yakam, Wa Yasimlaka, Salam, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Sai, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, Yazakar, Bashim Yahusai, Duwadaman, in the English, Yahweh, bless thee, relax, and keep thee, Yahweh, make his face shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee, Yahweh, lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect Officer I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
Come here, Shala. Come here, Shala. Come here, Shala.
Who's the power?
Yahbashim El-Shai is the power.
Who do we fear?
The Father we
Who do
fear.
we fear?
The Father we fear.
Who's your king?
Yahweh Shai.
Who's your king?
Yahweh Shai.
What's your name?
Israel. 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 Israel.
Yajimata. It's on you, Cap, not that.
Now with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest. Who's the guard for you all down there?
Officer Nadia, sir.
I'll pass the class over to priest and officer Nadia. Good job.
Security announcements. We had an I.S.U.P.K start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Honor. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After a 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced my Ishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation will be the memorial blowing of the trumpets, which will be held on September 11th, which is on a Friday. Give it your nearest I.S.U.P.K location and camp leader to get the information of exactly where it's going to be held. Reminder for Akium and Aquatium to check on social media such as I.S.U.P.K.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, then he has to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, Ahmadium. But sisters, Yashab. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Ahmadium Shabbat, Ahmadium, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yahweh Hashem and Shai Barakatham.
So in face of sisters, Ahmadium, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Ahmadium Shabbat, Ahmadium, Barak, Yahweh Shemal, and Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yad Matah. And with that, class dismissed.